What's going on, everyone? It's Frank the True Tank here. I know it's dark. Sorry for the inconvenience. Just getting out of work, getting out of the slave wheel. Working some overtime, which is good. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to make this stream for a person that I hopped on a stream over this past weekend. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about, but it was Net Void, Allie, and I kind of feel sorry for her because she could be a girl and she could be a nice young woman, but she got caught up in the whole drama scheme. And I was listening to her show when she went live. She had two guys on there I never seen before. The one guy that had a British accent. He seemed okay, but she had another guy on there, some Christian dude, and he literally didn't make any fucking sense at all. And that's the problem with some of these Christians out there. You can't trust them. You can't trust them at all. I mean, they think they know everything, and he was just running his track. And I'm like, I was biting my tongue the whole time, but as soon as Zach popped on, I had to pop on and then the Matrix popped on. We all clogged our show, and we didn't want to do that, but we had to get on there and prove our points. I'm like, Allie, you're feeding. This is troll bait, and I told her this stream you're doing is unnecessary. It's troll bait. It's feeding into the trolls, and it's nothing but drama. If you don't like what somebody says, just turn it off, man. Turn it off. I didn't know when words. We live in this age where words is like, oh my God, man. But I don't get it, man. I mean, who cares what people say? And she told me, oh, well, I'm a woman and blah, blah, blah. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Just because you're a woman, that doesn't mean anything. That was a lame excuse. Until that person does something physically violent to you or shows up at your doorstep or whatever, I mean, that's a totally different issue. But when somebody just talks shit on the internet halfway across the world, who gives a fuck? You know how many people talk shit about me? They never met me in person. They never met me in the flesh. The only people that met me in the flesh is the people that they're in this truth community that I've talked to, and I still connect with them online on Facebook, sometimes on Twitter, on YouTube, on Zach's channel. I communicate with people in the chat. Ask anybody. Those people met me in person, and I was very kind to everybody. I brought some information. I did what I could. I did what I could to get this movement forward. Because right now, what's going on? It's being slowed down by drama. It's being slowed down, and we don't need this. We don't need this. It needs to stop. And this is going to be my last video on this with the whole drama thing, and we got to keep moving forward because if people don't want to be part of this community in Gematria Effect News, if they don't want to be part of it, then just leave. If you got problem with words and whatever, and your feelings being hurt, then leave. No one's stopping you. You're not being held to you're not being bound to something. If you don't, whatever. I mean, I just don't get it, you know. And the whole stream that Zach did yesterday was absolutely on point. What about this? I'm asking, just defacing the man. You know, that's my word for it. Emasculated men, you know. It's being done by an agenda, man. I mean, I don't know how people can't see that. That's another agenda being pushed down people's throats of getting rid of the male figure in the household. That's being done by design. I don't know how people can't see that. And the mainstream media pushes that shit. You know, they poison people's minds with that shit. They do it in the schools, the educational system. And it's being done at work, in the workforce. It's coming at you at all angles. You know, getting rid of the man. You know, just he's no good. You know, the divorce rates in this country are astronomical. You know, for instance, I might be going through some kind of divorce because my relationship kind of fell apart because I woke up, and that's sad. That's sad. I wasn't following with the other person's bullshit. Because for a while I kept my blinders on, and when I took them off, man, it was, you know. I mean, after 9/11, I was awake. I seen what was going on, but, you know, 9/11 was a very long time ago already. And then, I kind of drifted into this other path where I kind of fell back into the matrix, but now I got out of that shit. And, 2013, 2014, I got out of all that stuff, man. I just, boom, done. I'm not going back into that matrix anymore. Sometimes some people don't know how to balance it out. You gotta have some kind of balance. You gotta have one foot in the matrix and one foot out, because we're still bound to this system that was provided for us, that was created for us, that we gotta cope to it. We just can't just drop everything and just live off the grid. We still gotta, we still gotta keep moving forward till something's done, or some kind of revolution or something. But my goal in this movement right here is get enough people awake to get a mass critical awakening, so we can go against what's overpowering us. That's my goal. And not only that, and start a community with, people that are like-minded people, man. I like being around smart, like-minded people. They have great conversations, and that's awesome. It's not a good feeling when you're around people that are just low vibration and dumb, and just they don't know what they're talking about, and they just talk about stupid shit. They wait for a savior to come out of the sky. I mean, I got to deal with that shit around the holidays. I got to listen to all that nonsense. Oh, someone's going to come and save us. Well, how long has that been going on? I mean, it just seems like someone's always late to the party when something bad happens, when there's a tragic event. People get mad when I say stuff like that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the hardcore truth. People don't want to hear it. But I mean, my whole point of the stream is that, Allie, and I know you're a good I know you're a good woman. You're in your prime. You're a young woman. But I just think you need to step back and think about who really are the good guys. The guys that were on your stream, me, Right the Matrix, and Zach, we're trying to give you some good advice. You want to talk about a pair of strong men, we were on your channel. We're like a perfect example of what strong men are supposed to be. But I had enough. I hopped on and I spoke my 2 cents, and then I got out because I actually had something I had to do that day, that Saturday. But I had to leave. I was just too much nonsense, too much low vibration. I had to get out of there. I told Zach, I'll talk to you later, man. So, but anyway, yeah, the drama's got to stop and just put it to bed, because it's stopping what we're trying to do. And if you don't want to be part of that, if you don't want to be part of something good, then leave. If somebody says something, move on. I'm not afraid to call people out. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're acting dumb and acting like a moron, I'm going to call you out on it. And if you get mad at me, that's too fucking bad. You're acting like a stupid moron, I'm going to call you out. You get mad at me? Oh well, move on. You'll get over it. It's the same for me. If I did something stupid, somebody will call me out on it. I'll be like, okay, I made a mistake. Learn from your mistakes. But we're weeding out the people that don't belong in this community, man. They're not gonna be on the forefront. And the people that are falling off, it's a shame. So it's a real shame. And that's the way society's been programmed. Everybody's worried about what other people's feelings and being butthurt about this and being butthurt about that. I don't know why. I just don't understand how that. I don't know. I don't get it. People talk shit about me all the time. I don't give two rats' asses what you say about me. The day you're putting food on my table and clothes on my back and a roof over my head, maybe then you can say something. But until then, I don't give a fuck what you say, motherfucker. Fuck you. I was raised in a different era, man. I don't know about all these young people, man. I was raised differently. And that's why me and Zach click, because he was raised the same as me. His parents were pretty much the same as my parents. My mom worked her ass off every day. She worked downtown for 30-something years. Yeah, 30-something years she worked downtown. My mom worked at the bank. She worked at it was called, it's called Chase now, but it was called First Chicago National Bank. And then they changed names over the years. But then now they're Chase. That's where my mom worked for so many years downtown. And, she would come home and have an attitude toward my dad, and how come the dinner wasn't made, and my stepdad. My real father got my real father got killed. But my stepdad, she would come home and give my dad shit. You know, it wasn't good enough. Kind of like how Zach's mom is. You know, I mean, I've never met Donna, but you know, but the way he was describing her is the same as my mother. You know, I'm like, wow, you know. But yeah, I mean, we're both raised in that same era. We're both old school, and we can't tolerate this bullshit. That's this drama. This is high school shit. This kiddie games and shit. Can't deal with it. It's kind of like, you know, we're like us truth seekers. We're sitting at a table, and we're talking about adult shit, and then you got the B squad coming up on the table trying to put their nose in and see what they're talking about. Those are the people that are like the drama people that are trying to squeeze in on the table and see what the grown adults are talking about. That's what's going on. And when enough's enough, we got to tell them to go sit at the fucking kiddie table. Because you guys are not advanced to talk about what's going on at this table. That's what's going on right now. So, yeah, I just wanted to express my feelings and about what happened over the weekend with the Ned Boyd stream. And yeah, I mean, this is my last video on that, and I'm gonna put it to bed right now. Anyway, Tree Seekers, I'm going to cut this short, and you guys have a good rest of your night, and until next time.